Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to Today in Bitcoin. Today is August the 7th, 2017. Buy and hold. Get rich by desiring little. Pure commitment to Bitcoin. Well, before I went on the air today, I noticed that on Gemini.com, where I get my price quotes from, Bitcoin is over $3,400. Just unbelievable. What a world we're living in. And it reached an all-time high again today. And Segwit is not even locked in yet. It will be soon, and we will get into that. Let's just jump right into things real quick. A huge issue is when there is a fork like we just had, or a clone, whatever you want to call it, which is by default the coin being traded on exchanges, and which will be the one that needs to get listed. So basically, exchanges right now, when this Bcash came about, they kept on, and rightly so, kept Bitcoin listed as BTC and listed Bcash as something else. Now, what people are worried about is when we have this Segwit 2x thing, that some of these signers of the agreement will say, hey, we want to list this China coin if they do indeed fork, and I don't know if they will or not. We're gonna list this China coin 2x coin, whatever you want to call it, as BTC. We as Bitcoin users, fans, holders, whatever you want to call ourselves, everyone in the cryptocurrency space has to make it very clear to all the exchanges out there now with Bcash, and of course in the future with Segwit 2x, don't confuse people. There's only one Bitcoin. We will never do business with you if you list some other coin as BTC. BTC is what BTC always has been and always will be. And that's not what some miners in China decide from some agreement or just for the heck of it now. So we, the people out there that do the talking, that do the buying, that do the holding, we're the ones who create good public relations for people. We're the ones who do businesses with these exchanges. And the bottom line is, if the exchanges feel the pressure and know that they will be economically destroyed if they dare list another coin as BTC, if they know it in advance, which I'm stating right now, I'm telling them that if you dare do that, you won't get business from me, and I will never stop talking about it. And just know in advance that you're going to lose a lot of people, and we need to be united on that. So that is something, if people, try to FUD you about November, or FUD you now that Bcash is all of a sudden going to turn into Bitcoin, this is what you say. You just repeat these talking points that I just mentioned. Okay, so everybody wants to see my face, right? And make sure that I'm all right. So yeah, there I am. I'm totally cool, dudes. And we're going to talk about a crypto HW wallet, because now look at this. You can keep your Trezor in one of these leather protective cases. Pound that like button if you want one of these. You can get this at cryptohwwallet.com. Click on the link below. I've got discount codes. They sell the digital bit box also. There's some other leather cases here I'm going to be showing everyone soon for other devices. So they've got leather cases for all your devices. Look into it below. I think this stuff is pretty cool. Oh yeah, I was saying I love my Trezor. I really do love this thing. Its name's Ted DiBiase. Did you know that? I named it Ted DiBiase. I don't know why. So anyway, pound that like button. Oh yeah, and it comes. You can keep it in this. It's really nice. This little vinyl thing. So yeah, you're not supposed to keep this. The thing hooked into it there. All right, pound that like button. What else do we have to talk about here? No, there's a lot to talk about tonight, and I am running late. It's hard to prepare these shows. Let me tell you something. But I want to thank everyone who supports the show, who supports me, who supports this message, this aggressive message of pure commitment to Bitcoin. And I want to thank the person who, I'm talking about pure commitment to Bitcoin. Somebody sent me some Ethereum Classic, which is great. I take the top tier altcoins. Thank you for the Ethereum Classic. Thank you, Fractal Vlogs, yesterday. In the chat that's going on right now, I don't see the chat. There's a lot of people in there right now. And during the show, sometimes people participate in something called Super Chat, where they give me tips. And Fractal Vlogs is such a good fan, such a good dude. He keeps on giving me like $5 tips and stuff. And I didn't see it yesterday because I had all these things open on my screen. And again, I in the corner of the screen, I can see if it gets colored, a blue color, that means someone has tipped me, and then I get distracted. And I can see your pictures too. I see Ken Bose, he's over there. Ken is awesome. Check out his YouTube page, but I see his face over there. Oh God. All right. So yeah, you can get a free shirt down there also in the link. Always check out the links below. I do have to update the links. Not all the things I'm going to be mentioning in the show are linked to currently, because I was in a rush to start the show. So if you're watching this live, not all the links are there. But if you're watching this on repeat, and there's nothing wrong with watching this on repeat, a lot of people are like kind of anal. They're like, I have to watch it live. If I missed your show live, I don't watch it. I'm like, dude, it's YouTube. You should just click and go to my channel, look at my archives. But once it's on repeat, or whatever you want to call it, you'll be able to see all the correct links, which I always provide. And it takes a while to set up these shows, dude. I know some people are like, well, how hard can it be? I got pure commitment to this show, man. I've got pure commitment to Bitcoin. I want this thing to have all the information out there. And yeah, I'll work on the camera quality soon enough. But hey, man, you should just listen to it. You don't need to look at my face. I don't know, why would anybody? It's 94% men in my audience. Do you really want, guys? Do you want to see my face? I mean, you want to see the body? I mean, what? Okay, pound that like button. So what else? So link to below, This Week at Bitcoin, the Saturday show, and Sunday show are all linked to below. Sunday was yesterday. I'm still confused what day it was. And we were, what were we talking about? I wanted to mention, oh yeah, the Who to Retweet show last night. And yeah, Bitcoin without really being about, oh yeah, the video I made about marketing Bitcoin without really talking about Bitcoin, how you can do that, how you can get newbies into it by just bringing up the word Bitcoin in some video that has nothing to do with Bitcoin, or kind of make a unrelated video. Like Vincent MGTOW, he'll always bring up, in his MGTOW videos, he'll bring up Bitcoin. That is a really awesome way to market Bitcoin. And I should have said that yesterday in yesterday's show, but you can watch yesterday's show. Don't worry, guys. I'm getting to the Segwit stuff. I am going to be going to Dublin on Wednesday night. I will be in Dublin, Ireland from the 10th to the 17th. I'm going to link, and the link is not there yet, but I'm going to the Investing Trading Summit. A fan of mine has, this is an event you have to pay to go to. It's not my event. I will be there, and I'm going to talk to some cryptocurrency people. A guy, a fan of this show, I really appreciate it. He invited me to this. He's a member of this group. He invited me to the event. I'm excited. He's taking care of me at the event. Very, very generous person. And so I'm going to promote the event below, and you can see me there. And I'm going to be doing a lot of things in Dublin. So hopefully I can meet up with other people too. I know I'm definitely meeting up with somebody else too, who's providing all sorts of benefits for me also. And I really appreciate it when I go to these places and people are very generous with providing me a place to stay, providing me all sorts of great things. And it's great. And I'm sure Dublin will be interesting. I've never been to Ireland in my my life, and we will try to make these shows earlier starting tomorrow so I get onto Dublin time. Believe it or not, this show is supposed to be early, and it's almost 11 p.m. on the East Coast. I just keep running. There was so much information today. All right, now going back to the situation here with segregated witness. Always remember that we, the people who support pure segregated witness, who don't want Bitcoin to split into two and all these games with miners and everything, we are the rebels. People like to FUD Bitcoin Core and say corporate banks control Bitcoin Core, entrenched interest. Don't be fooled into thinking otherwise. I mean, it's the entrenched interest who are saying that Bitcoin is a scam, and who think that it's cool for governments to somehow be involved with Bitcoin. And the spreading FUD and reporting and repeating talking points about coffee instead of being actually productive. I mean, those are the people you don't want to be with. We are the rebels here. Don't let them paint. Don't believe the hype when they try to say, oh, you're the corporate people. No, you guys are with the miners, okay? You're with those dudes in China and whatever. Miners, fine. Nothing against them or whatever. But you're the ones that want your businesses to sell coffee or whatever you want to darn do in your own interest. We're the rebels. We're the people. And there are a lot more of us. We are the 95%. So this price that's been going up lately is because of golden holders, holders, users, people that have just been hanging on to this stuff for a while, people making videos, not miners or whatever, or fudders or people who cry about some Reddit censoring them. Who the heck knows about Reddit? I mean, what's that even matter? By the way, the guy who moderates that Reddit, the so-called censorer, that dude, Thamos, right? That dude was right all along. He was against altcoins. And then now we've seen a new altcoin called Bcash created, and he won't let him talk about Bcash. That's right. That's right. It's supposed to be a Bitcoin Reddit, right? But who cares about that? Because hardly anyone knows about Reddit. The 95% who are on the Segwit side here, we are a diverse group of some people have no technical knowledge at all. Some people, again, are just people who were in gold, who held gold, and now just want to hold Bitcoin that same way. Golden holders, welcome to this party, dude. And let's start the party now because Segwit is about to be locked in. And notice how the price rises when Segwit gets closer and closer. We're getting to the all-time highs every time. These are simple points Tone Bays points out. But I mean, you'd have to be blind not to understand what's going on here. And when the coffee people start complaining and start scaring everyone, start fudding everyone, that's when the prices go down. So I mean, everyone's going to have to decide: do you want to be with the people who like to bring the price down and fud everyone, or do you like to be with the people who bring the price up and speak positive and try to be productive and don't try to fud people and everything? Okay, make your decision. And some are going to say, Adam, well, you're fudding them. Dude, I'm telling you what they do, all right? If you watch my videos, the 600 videos I have out there or whatever, they're positive, okay? They're positive. I gave that dude a chance to speak his mind on my show. And, well, that was a mistake, but I gave the dude a chance, the king of the trolls. Anyway, and he's going to get loud again, the king of the trolls, trust me. So I'm just getting ready. We should be celebrating these next few days, but as November approaches, if we're not vigilant, they're going to start their hype again, and their FUD hype. So let's be careful. All right. So let's talk a little bit about ICOs. Every day it's a new ICO name that's like the best thing in the world. It's going to change the world. When in fact, it's just a white paper at best. I mean, people are telling me how this ICO is going to just revolutionize how XYZ once it goes live. And they don't realize that most of these projects will never actually be real life projects. And the ones that will be real life projects won't produce anything close to what they say they will. I mean, some have a lot of potential in the future, but I mean, in the way future, just like in the .com days, that people had great ideas for .com companies, but the technology was not there yet. It was 1999, 2000, way ahead of their time, things that didn't come about until 2010. Just the infrastructure wasn't there. So let me ask you a question here. If I started a company, or maybe I had an ICO, Adam's moon of Saturn, Titan moon of Saturn. Titan is one of the moons of Saturn. My mining company that I'm going to start on Titan. And there are all sorts of awesome things you can mine out of the ground on Titan. I mean, worth trillions of dollars. And once we get these substances out of Titan's ground, I mean, it is going to revolutionize the Earth once we get it all over here. So, I mean, read my white paper. I got all this scientific information about how we can drill on Titan. And so give me money for my ICO that's about drilling on Titan, the moon of Saturn. Well, no, you wouldn't give me anything because we don't have the infrastructure to get to Titan now and get stuff and drill and get everything back. We will one day. We will one day. Trust me. But to start, give some random dude on the internet because he's got a pretty white paper and a pretty website, a lot of money. It's the same thing as giving these ICO people money. It really is. What I just said is the same thing, basic concept as giving the. So good luck with your ICOs, people. Good luck. Pound that like button. It's just as easy as buying and holding Bitcoin, okay? Remember my show from the other night. All right, so what else were we saying? Okay, yeah, I'm going to be in Israel on October the 17th until the middle of November, and I linked to an awesome YouTube channel out of there below. They just came out with a funny video. They got a really good Bitcoin show. It's all in English. It's pretty hilarious. I didn't get to watch the whole thing. I watched part. I met the guys when I was out there, and there's another guy out of Jerusalem in Israel. Of course, Jerusalem is the capital of Israel. He gave me a link. People are going to click on it. They're going to be like, it's in Hebrew. It's about something he did related to Bitcoin. So if you understand Hebrew, click on that second link. If you understand English, click on the first, but you can click on both of them no matter what language you know. So, Israel is a hotbed for Bitcoin activity. And I was at the Tel Aviv Bitcoin embassy before, and I had video from when I was there. I was in Israel a few months ago. So check out the archives. Always check out the links below. So what do we have here? Here is there's a tweet I'm going to link to. Understand the scarcity of Bitcoin. They are really, really scarce. Owning just one Bitcoin will be rare. Even now, it's out of the reach for some. And who made that tweet? Okay, it's going to be linked to below. Think about that, people. Think about how rare it is already. So it'll be harder if Bitcoin is at $5,000 at the end of the year or something like that. So also another tweet here, and this is Bitcoin, and I'm going to provide the links eventually. Bitcoin is expected to lock in Segwit on August 8th, 2017. That's tomorrow at 19:35 and 38 seconds GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. All right, people. So are you pumped about that? Are you pumped that Segwit is going to be locked in? This is going to change a lot of things. This, hopefully, all the New York agreement people, or many of them, will see how well the price performs then and be like, you know what? We're not going to break something that's not broken, okay? You don't mess with a good thing. You don't try to hard fork something that's all of a sudden shot up. It's all of a sudden shot up to 3,400 now. Dudes, a year ago, what was it, 700? Come on. When Lorian and I were in South Africa, Lorian was on This Week in Bitcoin. That was November. It was around Halloween. We were celebrating. It got back up to 700 again or something like that. And now it's $3,400. We're on the right path here. We're on the right path. So let's celebrate Segwit. Let's remember the bad actors here. All right. So another tweet. Looks like the meme pool spammers are back at the same time that Bcash tries to move upwards. All right. I just sharing that tweet. That's from Whale Panda. Here's a WikiLeaks tweet. This one is about, I forgot to put this in my notes. All right. There's a WikiLeaks tweet about WikiLeaks now takes contributions via the provably private Zcash cryptocurrency. Whoa now, dudes. That's interesting. They also take Litecoin and Bitcoin contributions. So they're taking Zcash over there. And if you go to that tweet, there are all these people saying, why didn't you take Monero? Why didn't you take Monero? There are some hardcore Monero people out there. I saw Monero went up today. But yeah, it's interesting. WikiLeaks trust Zcash. To each their own. All right, Ansel Lindner. He says less than 24 hours until a big cutting edge upgrade to Bitcoin gets locked in on the network. The next 2 years will be a flurry of innovation. That's just awesome, man. That's just awesome. Get positive about that. All right, Luke Dash Jr. Hard forks cannot be dictated. They can only succeed with real consensus from the community. So, okay, guys, this is how, if you just make a big fuss about how We like Segwit. We don't need this 2x part of it. Everything will be fine. The players, the signers of the agreement, they'll get the picture not to do anything foolish, or else they're not going to have business anymore. All right. So remember what I said at the opening. All right. Yeah. So yeah, how is a successful hard fork defined? I obviously think it has a lot to do with marketing. And that's why I'm stressing our battle of words on social media and beyond. Just repeat it over and over again. I mean, remember that. It's you can't, these guys, Bcash, that wasn't a successful hard fork. That was a altcoin hard fork. That was a cloning. It's because everyone is saying this isn't Bitcoin. This isn't Bitcoin. It's as simple as that. Just repeat the line that Segwit, that's Bitcoin. What we got going on here, it's Bitcoin. The 2x, the miners, that's not Bitcoin. Just keep on putting it out there, people. Keep on. And if some troll says, "Oh no, miners," just ignore them. Keep on moving on. Keep on moving on. Don't let the trolls hold you back. All they do is just hold you back. I don't reply to them on my comments most of the time. You slip up sometimes, but you gotta just keep moving on. So ignore the trolls. Focus on the positive. Just keep on going with the message. Stick to the message. Stick to the message. Stick to the message here. You're going to learn about marketing. You're going to learn about marketing these next 2 months, and just keep it up. Keep it up, people. We got this thing. We've seen what the price does. We want this price to keep going up. I don't know what these dudes are trying. Those guys, they want power. They want power. They have ego. I don't know what their issue is. All right? King of the trolls. I don't know, power, ego. Us, we want to increase the price of Bitcoin. We want people, regular dudes who hold Bitcoin, to get rich by just holding Bitcoin, by doing something that simple, creating this new ecosystem out there, okay? We don't want to boss anyone around, tell them what to do, China centralize things. No. All right, so the all-time high has gotten the mainstream media definitely interested, as I said it would. And I mean, they did something like CNBC had a weird article out there that said Bcash got hacked, and they were confused. But I mean, they did mention it. I'm not going to link to a bunch of mainstream media articles, but I mean, what I wanted to say is that Bcash also. It had a pump today, and got up to 0.1 BTC, and I just wondered if it was living off the glory of Bitcoin. Just it's really interesting, and Ethereum Classic didn't really benefit from the hype of Ethereum, but there wasn't that much. Last summer, Ethereum was nowhere close to where it is now in its. The way it's glorified by the media and thought of by certain people. So I think Bcash, we could see Bcash really live off of Bitcoin's glory here. I mean, maybe it's confusion. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the mainstream media is saying Bcash is doing well also. So that's something to keep in mind if you're still holding on to your Bcash. But hey, man, if you were brave enough to split your Bcash off, and I have not been brave enough to split my Bcash off yet, as I stated, then if you sold it for 0.06 or 0.0, who cares? You got free Bitcoin out of the whole darn thing. All right. Is that all that I had to say today? Yeah, that is all I had to say today, I think. I'm probably going to look back and be like, oh, why did I skip this, that, and the other? So I'm going to update the links real soon. I'll say hello to the chat, to everyone. Pound that like button. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. $3,400, dudes. I will talk to you later. Bye.